everybody, Thrifty Teresa here. It's time for the long-awaited end of May sales report to show you all my numbers. First page we're looking at here is actually my April report to remind you of what I did in April. I sold more items on Amazon in the month of May, but less items on Etsy and eBay because my store was on vacation for a couple of weeks. So the numbers are going to look significantly different, but again, this is a reminder of what I sold in April, 62 items, average profit per item, $12.46. These are my numbers for May. Again, all of these numbers are the net profit of what I made after fees, after shipping, after more fees and more fees and more fees. This is the money that I made online. So you can see my vintage shop, I sold 9 items. In April, I only sold 8 items, so I guess I did better, but the dollar amount was lower because I was selling items with a smaller profit margin. The handmade shop, I sold 4 items. That's leftovers from Easter. Most of those handmade Etsy items were sold at the beginning of the month of May when people were doing some baptisms and confirmations. So those were the types of gifts that people were buying after Easter. And on eBay, in the month of May, I only sold 2 items. So again, for Etsy and eBay, I closed all my shops about the 3rd week of May because I was going on vacation for the 4th week of May. And I had a lot of things that I needed to do to prepare myself for vacation, and I didn't want to be caught up in any customer service issues with orders, so I closed all those shops. It would have been nice to see if I sold more on Etsy and eBay in the month of May. I imagine I probably would, but you never know. You can see there is a big dollar amount sitting next to Amazon. I sold 65 items on Amazon in the month of May, and that all goes back to the month of April, in which every single week in the month of April, I was shipping inventory into Amazon. And then I also did shipments the 1st and 2nd week of May, and I was sending in 3, 4, 5 boxes at a time, some pretty big boxes, lots of toys and games and stuff. And I got a lot of inventory from my father, so some of the stuff that sold is his. He got a really nice payout, which he took to Las Vegas and then stuffed in a slot machine. So, hey, that's, if that's what he wants to do with his money, then that's great. So numbers were pretty good. I'll show you my little, oops, that's my calculator. Where's my spreadsheet or my little screen caps? Here we go. So this is what my gross sales on Amazon were. Almost $2,000 for the month of May, which is really crazy. Oh, that's a picture of me and my friends in Vegas. Let's go back this way. 65 items sold during that month. And I'll show you a few of the items that sold because we did have some good high dollar items which helped get that gross sales up that high. And the profit margins were good enough that, hey, this was my profit. So, yeah, it worked out really well. Working really hard in April gave me a really good May. Now, with that said, I'm concerned that the month of June is going to fall way short because in the month of May, I only shipped 2 shipments to Amazon because those last 2 weeks of the month were not business weeks, going on vacation and all that. And then also, after getting back from vacation, I was sick as a dog for a week. So June and July may suffer because my efforts in May were not good enough. I'm sure you guys understand it is the supply and demand. It is the feeding of the beast. You have to send that stuff in order to get things to sell. So I rocked it and rocked it and rocked it in April and the beginning of May. And that's why I came out at the end of May with so much money. So, yay! Really good profits. And I still have a lot of that money in my bank account. I did not stuff it into a slot machine like my dad did. So I will be able to take those profits, flip them into more good stuff to send to Amazon and to sell online. So those are my numbers. Let's see some of the items that sold. I picked a few things to show you. You guys know I love to sell puzzles. Puzzles and games is like the first department of any store that I go to. Puzzles and games they're lightweight for the most part. They're easy to pack, easy to ship, and they can fetch a pretty penny. A lot of the jigsaw puzzles and stuff that I sell are normally in the $20 range or so. This particular Peanuts one, I did not sell for $43 like this person is selling for, but it did sell for $35.99, which isn't too bad because I'm sure I probably only paid $1.99, possibly $2 for this. So that is a fantastic sale. This is an item that my dad picked up. I had sold a fairly expensive Lego kit a couple months ago that came in one of these little small boxes. That's what it looked like when it's all packaged. That's what it looks like when it's all put together. Dad found this at a local thrift store for just a couple of dollars, and we sold this for $45.99. This is another crazy thrift store find. I picked this up. This is a Jane Austen action figure. She comes with a little quill and a little book for writing, and I just think it's so funny. That when I looked at this in the thrift store, I remember thinking, oh, that's strange, Jane Austen, but hey, novelty. And then when I scanned it, I couldn't believe it. So I sold Jane Austen for $45.99. I purchased her for $4. Let's see. Next item here. This is another one of my dad's finds. This was a Disney's Aladdin genie doll. It was a really big doll, and his box was beautiful. It didn't have any crushing or anything at all. So even though he was a thrift store find, he was in perfect condition. We sold him not for $39.99. We sold him for $59.99. So we got a good amount of money out of this guy, and half of those profits went to Dad. This is another dad find. This is the holy grail of toys and games. The Bop It or Bop It Extreme is what we had. And Dad had this, and it was sealed. It was in the clamshell plastic packaging that you gotta, rip open with a chainsaw, that heavy duty packaging. So it had never been opened. It had never been played with. It was in perfect condition. Absolutely gorgeous, clean. And we sent it in. We sold ours for $124.99, which is amazing. So again, Dad got 50% of those profits after fees. So overall, it was a pretty great month. Again, it all comes down to the fact that I worked really hard in April in order to make May great. I didn't work as hard in the month of May, so I don't have a lot of high hopes for the month of June. But and I'm having some trouble getting back on my feet after vacation and getting focused and getting into the game again. So my July might also be kind of strange. But I am still selling. Even with my numbers that I had, I only sold 2 items on eBay last month. I've already sold 4 items on eBay this week. So, things are turning around. And that's it. So that's my end of the month report. Thank you for your patience in me getting all my numbers together. it was a really long time with a lot of spreadsheets. And anyway, here it is. I hope you enjoy, and I hope it helps you guys out. Happy sourcing. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.